Got us his forward beard over for the team 1. Holy Sound on that team, Jayhawk, Cobra, as well as Kioska. First up as a survival hunter versus Boundless. Death track him over the bat. Got himself that shield of evidence. Trying to see if he can fight right through him. Man's got himself a hand of freedom. And Kioska trying to see if he can bail away from him. Traps are laid. Boundless, is he aware of them? If he's careful, if he goes for like a long way around pillars, he could potentially avoid them. But for Kioska, at least if anything, those traps do give him a little bit of that line of sight as well as a slow down onto Boundless. Big body shot to follow. Does he walk into it? He does walk out as Kioska goes in for a harpoon. Goes in, just a quick clean sweep onto Boundless and to back up out of it. It's honestly, as much of a melee class as Kioska is, it feels like he's not even a melee class at all, dude. He's a proper hunter with range to him, man. He'll harpoon for a second, and he'll just get out of there and let the range be able to do work. Got himself lots of variability right now. Battle Master Trinket to give himself a little bit extra help to work with, just rotating through the defenses as he's absolutely getting hammered by the Paladin. Got himself massive death chakra for Boundless. Better have an answer for this one. That's going to be a lot of damage. Got himself Crusade, so maybe that's giving you a little bit more healing. But one kill shot could be the end of it. Kioska's being very, very careful, trying to make sure he get himself a good angle. Stun, Boundless, explosive shot, potentially lots of damage. Trinket Shield Defense is available. Does let the absorb a lot of the explosion damage. Stun to Kioska's is enough right now. The Kioska with the survival into kill command does end up taking him out as a wake of ashes. I love how he just keeps like flaring from the Paladin even after he's dead. I'm pretty sure it still does damage, doesn't it? The wake of ashes. Kioska opening up with a bit of a kill command explosive shot as Kai is trapped up in the tar trap. 2 minutes of the duel. Dampening not high yet at all. So for Kai, that's a pretty good situation to be in. Got himself burst off the bat in the opener. It's going to be a stun that he's trying to avoid as best as possible with a binding shot. Kioska is going to try to see if he can use a binding shot to back away from Kai. Freeze trap with a steel trap of the bat. Got himself a bit of many advantages. That is a big spork load for Kioska. So big defensive has already been used very, very quickly on. This is big emergency healing. Disarm onto Kioska as he goes up for a disarm onto Kai as well. Kai at least has the pet that he can Bloodthirst off of as well as a pet of victory off of. Bloodthirst are not as effective for healing, are they? Not nearly as they used to be. It used to be just a warrior who could just Bloodthirst heal himself to full. Even Bloodthirst charge heals. That's not a thing anymore. But it's going to be a stun for Kioska. Big hit onto Kai. That's going to be a shield up and running from Sporklow. Got himself a Enrage Regeneration as well. So if anything, at least he's got himself a bit of healing to work with, a bit of DR. Second one kicking in while he's got himself a shield for a little bit there. As long as the shield holds and doesn't break, as long as he doesn't take damage directly from Kioska into his health bar, he's going to get some healing over time out of it either way though. Try to see if he can catch up to Kioska. Freezing Trap, doesn't have to worry about it anymore, but a Reflect on that thing would have been incredible. It's going to be a big Death Chakram. Kai, not in a great spot. Actually would rather land inside this Death Chakram. Knows Kioska's want to get in there. Bonding shot around the corner. As long as you're careful with it, you'll be fine. Death Chakram value was not collected by Kioska. It's going to go for a Stormbolt. Big damage. Avatars are ready. Second stun to follow. Got him so big onset. Disarm right after Kioska. Try to see if he can back away from Kai. You got to find a way to slow the guy down as soon as possible. Whether you use Hamstring, Reflect on the Freezing Trap, that is going to be massive, but you definitely got to get a slow on this guy. Charge into a full bleed. That's going to be, I think, one more trap by Kioska that Kai had to deal with. I think it was a Seal Trap, wasn't it? But he's able to break out with an Avatar either way. The leaps are available for the warrior, able to hold his own versus Kioska. He got himself lots of defenses, so stun onto Kai, stun back into Kioska. Both the warrior and the hunter are super, super low. Freezing Trap last second as he goes in for the big onslaught, trying to see if he can crush the bones of the hunter. And that is going to be Sentinel. Kioska got himself lots of free damage. Kai can't even respond to this one. He just kill shots back to back. Does go for the stun with a binding shot. Nothing he can really do. Wait a second, Kioska. Oh, the man has no health. Oh no, Grifka. Camo? I don't even. Oh no, he got flame. Hold on a second. Maybe it's still trap. Freeze trap, something, anything, Trinket. Oh, the man did not want to let Kioska even have a chance. Oh no. I was hoping Kioska would somehow maybe make it out of that one. Live to the name Survival, dude, and just survive a cheap shot onto Corbet. Does go for a Trinket really early on. Portals are up. Got himself a bit of a shielding ready. And Grifka is already right on top of that gate, dude. He knows it. Did Bonzafel even tag you? I don't think a Bonzafel even did anything. Grifka tried to see if he can back up out of there. It looks like the man is burning, but it's just a conflagration debuff. It's not an actual burn, it just makes him take more fire damage. Stun onto the succubus as he walks away from it. Does the succubus still get Grifka? That isn't going to be secret technique. Does go for the succubus. Cobra finally gives himself a chance to have a proper go versus Grifka. Dots are up, wants to go for a Casbolt, cannot go for a Casbolt at all. That is an Infernal keeping Grifka in combat for a good bit though. Gouge, does he have himself a go? Mortar Coil. Cobra is kind of limited on what he can really do with the rogue. Nice fear for a second. Double bolt to follow. That is a lot of damage. Does he go down? Oh, cheat death. That is a cheat death. That is a lot of damage. Vanish for the rogue. Does he get himself out of that situation? Shot of Fury doesn't connect. Grifka, no dots on him. Cobra needs to make sure there's an immolation on rogue at all times. Almost always. Succubus CC, get him with a CC immediately, and that is super unfortunate. Cheap shot, secret technique, mad damage, interrupt from the succubus, portals are up. Does he have anything whatsoever? Grifka just stays in there, just doesn't go nowhere, just keeps trucking the damage, carving up the warlock back to back. I am a fan of this aggressive Grifka, by the way. Big fan of the aggressive Grifka rogue plays, man. Is this a new era? Is this like errorless-esque era? The aggressive rogue plays? I'm a big fan of that. Wait, hold on. Did you see him? Oh, he spotted him last second. He thought, oh, I'm just going to pick up the eyes. I'm going to be so far away from Grifka. He's trying to see if he can just pick it up. Oh, no. Poly right after Jayhawk. This is your chance, ma'am. An opportunity. Grifka has a cloak, has a blind. As long as he uses those at the right time, he'll be A-okay. Jayhawk, I think, needs to find it with your precious Grifka. There goes the cloak. Now you just got to find it with your live until cloak is down. Does get a juke out in the kick. Perfect opportunity. Jayhawk can go for a bunch of casts. Cannot be CC'd for a good moment. Going to be missiles to follow. Blind right after. Has a trigger for this one. Grifka needs to be very, very careful. Does he have CC for this one? CC is how he's going to win the game. Jayhawk got himself a little bit of survivability. Nova before Grifka can escape. Barrages are back-to-back missiles to follow. He's not going to be able to hide inside the smoke bomb for those missiles. If you can get right on top of Grifka right now, you'll be golden. Try to see if he can go for it. Does he have the back blink though? He does have the back blink. Is it enough? Gouge short by Grifka. Does have Vanish go back up. Always has himself a backup out of the trinket to follow. Could Vanish. Does go for the Vanish. Oh my goodness. Oh, anyone's game at this point. Jayhawk does get some circle reduction. So does Grifka for jumping into that Vanish. If Jayhawk can find Grifka right now, he'll be in a golden place. Eyes are back up. Grifka looking for that full recuperation. Trying to see if he can get himself an opener onto Jayhawk. Blink immediately into an ult of time. He is fully ready, stocked up. You just gotta fight it with your CCM. Does he play breath? I don't think Jayhawk is breath in this round, is he? Poly onto Grifka. Does have a shot him out for this one. But the Nova, I was thinking maybe Nova, maybe Nova's gonna get you out. Secret technique does connect onto Jayhawk. Not feeling great. Prismatic does give you a little bit of the recovery. Picking up eyes. And Grifka got 30 seconds on advantage. You gotta get in there. You got 30 seconds on advantage. You got no trinket. No all the time, so it's a little bit of a rough spot to be in. Trying to sit down, get himself as much food as he can. As Grifka going in for the first seed. You see the rogue. Question is though, can you beat him? 12 seconds on that cloak of shadows for Grifka. And it looks like the eyes have waned off. Yeah, that's rough, man. I feel like Grifka is going to end up playing it slow. He's got a little bit left on a cloak, a little bit left on a Vanish. He just needs a little bit more defense, I think, to push on through Jayhawk. But it's perfectly fine. He got to get those big crits on the guy. He got to find a way to stabilize and get Jayhawk locked down for a moment. It doesn't look like Jayhawk is playing breath. Although it looks like he has it on his cooldowns. I don't think he's ever used breath on Grifka so far. Like a breath poly, breath Nova, breath anything. But maybe he's saving it for later. Gouge. Grifka does get himself a decent opener. That is going to be all the time. So honestly, you just got to play it slow. Trinket on a Jayhawk. Maybe he's trying to see if he can bait the rogue to attack him. All the time is available. Could always reposition away from the rogue. Got himself cloak really early on. Mad secret technique. Jayhawk is in a bad spot. He got himself no icebox, so all he can really do is take the damage to the face. Shadow strikes, breath to follow. Poly right after. No trigger for 5 seconds. I don't know if Jayhawk can make himself a big play. He's got to make sure he's using Novas and stuff. If he's going to go for Arcane Search, you got to keep Rogue away from him. It's going to be no Vanish available for the Rogue. Mad Damage had himself the last Haymaker. Try to make himself a play. But yeah, once you get those big secret techniques and you're clean and the mage didn't have anything to reverse that damage, it's over. You just fall behind. This high dampening, nothing you can do. Man, that makes dampen insane. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and this kind of dampening, I mean, Jayhawk doesn't really need dampening to a degree. Like Ice Block, yes. Prismatic Barrier, yes. But all the time, you can take all the damage and it will place your health percentages to where they were. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't get reduced with the amount of health you have or healing you get. Grifka up next versus Forkbeard. Cheap shot right after. Doesn't really give him much of a chance here. It's gonna go for a shit, but it's gonna be parry up for Forkbeard. You could just put up all the blades on Grifka. He had no cloak of shadows for a good bit. If you got yourself the most amount of damage, now would be the time to do it. Goes in for the avatar, but maybe a little late. Try to see if you can kind of at least head in Grifka's direction. Warbreaker, it's gonna be a gouge for just second. Could circle rage out of this one. I don't know if you got bleed. Maybe if you just go in last second bleed. Oh, but the eviscerates though. The back-to-back misses. Oh no, holy side charted in. You better take this rogue out before he gets himself a reset, man. He got himself the reset, got himself banished. Cloak of Shadow's going back up in a bit. You know, I think if Grifka can get himself a dance, if anything, he can at least get some cooldowns on a holy side. I don't know if he can really kill the paladin. You got too many immunities, but it is a very dampener game, so maybe wings immediately. Holy side just doesn't even waste any time. Wait a second, what is this aggressive play? Does it trinket this? Got wings. No, he's not gonna trinket. He is mounted for just a moment, trying to see if he can get on top of the road. Does trinket out of the blind, trinket out of Grifka. Big Wake of Ashes, does quite a bit of damage. Cloak to make sure that the Wake of Ashes dot is gone. Yeah, Holy Sire, if anything, he got trinket out of Grifka. He got a cloak. One advantage is all he has. Does get him in combat before he can even go for a proper sap. Cheap shot to follow. That is going to be a wall bubble immediately. Could go for the banish. Do you have the dots on the rogue though? You see him either way though. Oh no! You still see me either way though. It is over. Oh my goodness. The eyes, man. The eyes. Eyes and bubble. I feel like that's the way you beat a rogue, right? You pick up the eyes, let the rogue open in your bubble. Rogue tries to vanish. You get him out anyway. Maybe if it burns some two vanishes, been while confused, like, wait, how is it still hitting me? I just vanished. If you can get him to burn all the vanishes, you'll be golden. Holy Side getting him with a blind. He has himself a blessing of protection. Blush is subtlety. So a portion of his damage. Ooh, lay on hands though. Lay on hands was a good play. Not gonna lie. 4? I didn't realize Grifka would have had 4 there. Man. I do like the aggressive Grifka though. I am entertained by aggressive Grifka at the very least. Well played. Let's get ourselves another going, yeah?